But, when I sit down to go get ready for a new business meeting, I look back at at the different times I've been involved in depositions, right? And so I try and think like an attorney as much as I can. And what I mean by that is, I think about the question that I'm going to ask, that I want to, and the point that I want to make with that question. And then I'm going to sit back and I'm going to think of the 3 or 4 different responses that I might get to that, at least the ones that I'm able to predict. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add my second level questions based off of what that response might be. Right. So I had a deposition one time. One of my clients they had an uncovered claim, and it was for a portion of the program that we didn't write prior to us engaging with them. But I got called in on the deposition anyhow, because I advised him on how to file the claim with his prior agent. So apparently that made me culpable for some level of something. And I'll never forget, because I sat across from the attorney and he had his legal pad out, and literally I knew the next question that was coming before he ever asked it, because I could see his question tree that he had built for me. And as I was answering his questions, I was thinking to myself, actually, if I sat down and I built myself a question tree similar to what you go through in a deposition, it really sort of triangulates everything that you're going to talk about and those wedges that you're going to be able to drive, and you're not going to be caught as off guard, right? The trick to that is, when you do the research on your prospect to go in and talk to them, you're gaining information, but you don't always know whether or not the information is valid. Just because you read something on the internet, I know this is a newsflash to everybody on this call, but just because you read something on the internet doesn't make it true. So, keep in mind when you do this stuff, there is a little bit of an art to going in and validating what you think you know without the assumption of you really knowing it. And what I mean by that is, you don't want to go in and ask questions as if you already know the answer. You want to go in and ask the question so that when you get the answer, it validates what you think you know. Then at that point, once you get that from your client, you do know it. But that only comes with prep on the front end and taking the time to sit down and prepare all of that stuff before you ever go into the meeting.